What is up, y'all? What is up, y'all? It's me, Tasha C. Let's do a nice little special effect real quick. Sound effect. I meant to say special effect. Let's see here. Alrighty, here we go here. Again, as you notice, I'm starting to get more comfortable doing these podcasts to make up for my video blog. Like I said, even though it's a video blog, and if y'all been listening since day one, which was a couple days ago, I started, like I said, my blog. So this is like day number 5 that I'm doing. So I'm recording downstairs doing laundry, okay? And also, if you hear some footsteps, it is my nosy 10-year-old nephew who is up here in the background trying to see what I'm doing. Okay. But anyway, y'all, what's up? And y'all, it's me, Tasha C. And this is another bonus podcast. Y'all gonna get plenty of podcasts this year, okay, y'all? I probably might get adjusted and start doing way more podcasts than what I think by the time I finish, which is my goal. I know I'm only, 300 something days away from completing it, but it is an accomplishment that I want to do. And, that is my goal. So it may make me feel more comfortable, and who knows, I may do more podcasts in the future after, especially when I complete this goal in the future, since if I'm already doing more podcasts anyway. So today's video, in this particular one, I'll put up, because I'm already putting this, I think it's day number 5 or number 4. I will definitely put it up in my little thing to make sure. Now let me make sure where I'm looking, because it's still recording. I forgot to feature even when you leave. Okay. Now, I am going to bring up about basically books and movie and TV adaptations, either or. Okay. And just rant a little bit. I don't know how long this video is going to be. So, what I'm going to do is just talk a little bit. Okay, yeah. Today, I don't know why I thought it was day 5, because the podcast was saying it was originally podcast 5 when I originally had started. So today, because yesterday was day 3, see, I'm ahead of myself. Today, what I'm going to do for day 4, let me correct myself, is talk about books and adaptations. And the reason why I chose to talk about this topic today was, now this was just random I thought about is, like, I may bring this up again, it may be topics where I talk about it again in the near future, because, it's about 300 something days of this ongoing thing. And there are people like that I follow, like Evangelist Gabriel for Minutes. I think because there's 2 names to Sonorous, and do a prayer every day. It's one of the few people that I know. I think also Carmeray, I hope I don't got her name. I don't watch all her videos, but she also does Word of the Day. So I give people thumbs up if they're able to have a brand new video. Like I said, Gabriel does, a new prayer, new message every single day. Like I said, Camera, I hope I got her name. She also has a podcast, and she also does other videos, but she's also does like the Word of a Day. But she's been doing it for at least about 100 days or something like that. And I think her people. So I give people thumbs up who are able to do like on a brand new video, a brand new podcast, or be committed to something every day, such as this. Just something such as this. To a goal. Heck, even when you say you're trying to do like a diet or something, doing a change, consistent with it. So, but like I said, I thought about today, but this ticker is to name a couple books or what I read, either or possibly maybe just despair more, maybe at least a couple shows that they could turn, or movies they could turn into a book. Okay. Or ones I wish I can read and see. Now, I've said this before, but I said it again, so forth. I have actually read, or it's I end up reading. Sometimes I do this with certain auto books, because I like those as well. If I can find a printed e-version, or some rare cases still a printed, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I still love the physical copies of books as well. But sometimes I will honestly read along with, the ebook or hard copy book with the audiobook. Okay. So in the case of, my nephew's father, he was giving me what, like, see you later, going back upstairs. Now, I have actually read or heard, I keep saying read because I was reading at the same time, it was Queen Sugar. And I'm honestly, y'all, even though I keep saying I'm going to watch the show and I'm about 4 seasons behind, there's a couple shows that I'm behind. Basically hearing some people's reviews, because it's kind of hard, because it's a show I have never seen completely, not even one full episode, so I don't honestly know what's going on. But I will tell y'all this, and let me warn y'all, ding, 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 sound effect. Where's my little sound effect? I don't even know. Let me get the shades. There's little shades thing on speakers. Yeah, sound effect. There will be spoilers. Maybe I need to put a thing about if y'all have not read something. I'm not gonna go through the whole book, whatever, or nothing like that. But I will say that, just like if any of y'all have read, seen books, and or had movies or seen TV adaptations, they're not rigid. There's always some things that are different and some things are similar. It's very rare that you will see a book, a book that will be completely interpreted from interpreted and exactly into a movie. Okay, or TV adaptation. And sometimes, considering how much detail can sometimes go in certain books, because I used to love books. It's been a long time since I haven't read books. It was a time like I used to be, the term they call bookworm and all this other stuff. And I kind of by the time in my high school, early teen years, I've had stopped, and also because I was reading so much, y'all. One time I was kind of reading more, doing my homework. I had one of them moments, surprise kept. So I've been slowly going back into listening to books. What also made me like books, because before, when I was still doing my internship back again, because I on off I did a couple times where I volunteered and or did internship into, when I've finally had graduated. I have done it with after school program with Boys and Girls Club, and they recently had a book club where it was 4 books, and it dealt with the issues such as young adult. They actually have some good books, y'all, that are young adult novels. And I think I have mentioned before on here and on our YouTube about, like I said, the theme was racial, finding your identity, spending your voice, and dealing with, it was different teenagers and different backgrounds, race, gender identity, and so forth and stuff like that. I will name, I think, the 4 books. Now, I actually have not read yet, but because I forgot, I think her name was Elizabeth something, but y'all, if y'all do listen to it, a good book, because it's almost written in poetry form. I also had listened to audiobook, because that was the only book I read, and when I got sick again, I had to basically leave and stop and, get ready. Because not only was I sick, I had to use the energy I had so I can write my paper for, to get my grade so I could pass class, okay? So, I was I got balance, and I've already finished my hours, and by that time, I was actually starting to volunteer and already completed the hours for the internship and the paperwork. So what was needed left, y'all, was to start, use my, my sources and references for it. But, a book that I got to hear, and it was in a poetry form, but it was a very interesting story and a good read, was Elizabeth, I can't remember last night, but the book was called The Poetic X, which is about, young girl who's a poet, and I think she's Dominican American, somewhere in New York, and just explaining about where she's going out. She has an over religious, it's both parents, but especially the mama is, and I'll just get in a story like that, and her coming to terms of being a poet, and dealing with, where you get to be an overdeveloped teenager and, dealing with the over sexualization, which was also talking about that, and how people interpret you or put you in this position. I'll just leave it as that. But it was a very good read. She also came with another for Hot Like Fire or something like that. Also another book called, American Street, which is actually based in Detroit, which is interesting. I don't know the readers from Detroit, but I think her name is Izzo. I don't, not like Lizzo, it was ISSO. I don't want to get the name wrong. But the book is a young novel called American Street, which I have not, like I said, I have not read yet. And I think the other book I could have sworn was not your average American Mexican dog. You know what, y'all? If I ever go back to the subject again during the thing, I will try to see, can I remember the fourth book? But I do know Anger is a Gift is another one about the kids and, you know, like dealing with certain issues and standing against like mistreatment in school or something like that. But I know American Street about a girl who's like Haitian that moves in with her family that's in Detroit or something like that. So those are the books I'm going to remember. Like I said, I don't know if it's like I'm Not Your Average Mexican Daughter or something like that. Or girl, it's something. But so other than that, but even with the Poetry X, I think it was a good film and a good movie. I meant to say film, but it could be interpreted into a movie and or could possibly like a Netflix series. Person to me, and actually it can expand because she has a twin brother. And it could expand from his point of view, or it can span like where she's at now. If they wanted to, maybe one or two sequels in. They ain't got to sit there and have a whole, you know, like the Babysitter Clubs or Sweet Valley High Twins or nothing like that. And remember 8 Pine Street, y'all? I only had a couple of those, y'all. I know this is like kind of turned into a book, like a book club, but it used to be a series. And then it seemed like it got discontinued, y'all. And I'm just gonna keep it real because I mean I read more Sweet Valley High books. Not all the whole collection of stuff, but I mean, I do have a few of them. I read more of those as a kid than Babysitting Club. I think I just heard about it, but never read it for whatever reason. And, you know, like the Sweet Valley High when they were kids, and then they were in high school, read those, blah, blah, blah. And there used to be called 18 Pine Street or something like that. It was a series that actually, was about black kids, and there was a girl coming in, and everybody liked her, and she had a crush on the boy. And I only read the first, and they only had like, it seemed like 6 of those, whatever, and it seemed like it got discontinued. Now, I wonder why, but like I said, it was a starting scene called 8 Pine Street, and it was supposedly based on a bunch of, you know, black teenagers that live, and the girl was supposed to be staying with her cousin, and gets, I think, like I said again, gets with like the crush. They said at the end, like they got shared a kiss or whatever. And, you know, it was turning to that. And I seen a couple of them, like one of the bookstores that, you know, you can get like a discount, you know, like they have new books, but have old books and you can trade and get discount in the book, one of them type of bookstores. And I seen a couple of those, but it nowhere had expanded like how Babysitter Club and Sweet Valley High was. And y'all, since I'm down here, my old bookcase is down here in the basement. And this was supposed to be series 2, y'all, but I had read the first one. And I just actually have it still here collecting dust. I don't know if I should donate to give away. Who Killed Peggy Sue? Number 1, Dying to Win. That was supposed to be like, you know, one of these mysteries, new series, things. I only read book 1. I don't know if it expanded to the series. Maybe I need to Google Weak Eye. And it was like, as you see, I still don't remember it. The only reason why I said something about it, because I just walked to the bookcase on the side of the basement that has some of my old books I used to have upstairs. Because I still have like a bookcase. My dad built like 2 bookcases, and they, you know, I used to be, like I said, into books since I was little, just like I, you know, was in computers. Not like computers like I know to be up there sitting here and doing all special effects and stuff like that. But I have like computers for a very long time, and I used to love books. I just took, you know, like maybe some years breaks, okay? But other than that, that would have been a good series. Even they tried doing the Sweet Valley High series, but like I said, 18 Pine Street, I could have sworn was Pine Street was based on that. So anyways, here's another, like I said, let me go back. I just took off whatever, but said like Queen Sugar, speaking of spoilers, going back to that. Queen Sugar, of course, they added a whole kid. The Micah child, I think, if y'all watch the series, is not a boy. In the book, it is a girl, okay? It's only Charlie and her brother, and it seems like based on when I hear the reviews, not Blue, wherever the son's, you know, the brother's name is, okay? Ralph Angel seems to be more of a stand-up guy, or seems to be trying more. Now, I could be wrong, y'all, because my heart to tell still needs to watch the series. I kind of listen to sometimes for certain YouTubers, my YouTube fam as support, but it's Ralph Angel in the book, y'all. Y'all ain't really gonna like him. He was like, if y'all want to call him Bad Luck Chuck, like, you know, it ain't gonna work, whatever. I'll just leave it as that. It's kind of like, you know, it's sad that he's gone, but at the same time, you don't miss him. That's all I have to say with that. Now, besides, that book, I still got to listen to the series, watch the series. That extra sister, the one that Neva, whatever her name is, I don't know her name because, like I said, I don't watch the series. I just semi remember it, like I said, because I'm listening to other folks. That's the extra character. They don't have that and so forth. Okay, so and Charlie's husband is not alive. Whatever. I'm like I said, I may do a couple more part twos of because I'm already at 15 minutes and I've just had one book. Now, if y'all remember this movie that came on Lifetime where Jill Scott was playing a recovering mother, and her daughter had resentment and came back, and her mother ended up having a child, and the girl had resentment and stuff like that from her, and it was a good film, and it's based off a book I still wanted to read more. So they got an audiobook, but I would have to go try like Audible and stuff like that, or maybe just wait to read it. But like I said, I'd rather have like a physical copy of it than the ebook. But if I really want to go down, I did try ordering from the library and hope, but there's only so many books that the library is going to purchase, and a lot of books are sitting up there waiting the recommendations. The only way I'm going to get it is if I'm ready to get, ching ching, spend some money for it. Okay, so, but it was a good movie, I remember, but it's based on a movie called Orange and a Mint or something like that. I think the name is the book. So, it's good. Like I said, it's very rare that you see good movies, even if you don't, that kind of like, even if they don't match exactly the book, it's still pretty good. Now, I'm gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. There's even a couple books movies I'm gonna tell you about. I've seen the book, and I seen the movie and read some of the book. For example, I've seen the movie The Sad Story of the Color Purple. I have not read, I read the end of the book, I read the beginning of the book, someone made a book because it made me mess up. I think I read the book, but I couldn't read it all together because that's how I'm mad about the book Color Purple. I know it's priceless, I know, it's a classic, but it just pisses me the hell off. And even I couldn't really watch the movie at times because it pissed me the hell off. It's one of the books either other way, it's gonna piss you the hell off. That's what I'm saying. Next, but so the movie did what the heck it was supposed to do. Really should have won an Oscar, or whatever. But that's what I'm saying is that either other way, it's gonna piss you off. It did its damn job. I will say that. So besides that movie. Now I didn't really but love. That's the only way if I would have had to read it is if it was a requirement for school. I have read parts of it, but God rest her soul, the talented Toni Morrison. But I could not really sit there and it's like really the way that she writes, it'll be hard to like put it into film. You know what I mean? I seen the movie Beloved. That's all I have to say. And I read as much as I could of Beloved. But I had no choice but to read Sola. But a lot of Toni Morrison books, like I said, it's very hard to read, let alone to put into book. Now, I never read, and I don't feel comfortable about reading the book Push, which is formerly known. Now, I've seen the movie Precious, which was a lot as is, but I heard whatever the sequel is of Push, I heard a lot of people's it's disturbing. And then when I read the week of, the little notes, like a little summary of what the book was, people were so ticked off. It was like the sequel is not even needing, and it was kind of sad based on how it turns out. I could see, it was already sad about what the character Precious already went through. But to see, even on film, but to read it, I was like, I'm good. I'm good. You know what I mean? By the way, before I go into more books, I would suggest I don't know if it was humanly possible, but a movie that they can possibly, they need to make into a film. Not to a film. A film into a book is actually the Roxanne Shante story. Now, that was interesting for what we seen, but imagine that, and I just think that would be a very good read. Okay, about hearing about Roxanne Shantae's story. Roxanne, Okay, so If y'all haven't seen it on Netflix yet, y'all got time, go ahead and read that. Silver Lining Playbook. I think that's what it's called. I heard that's a good movie, good book. That's on my list to read and watch as well. I mean, I heard they both are good, so I'll take my chances and listen to those. Anger is a gift. I already had said that. What is David made man? It's so beautiful. I don't know why I would think that would be a series. It kind of reminds me, and that's a series. Kind of reminds me if they were to make a series, if they could make it comparable. Which I still haven't read the Midnight Trilogy. And remember, the coldest winter and the guy winter was interested in that used to work for her dad or something like that. If y'all read the Coldest Winter classic, okay. I still haven't read the sequel, the deepest of whatever about, I guess, Coldest Winter sister, and I still haven't read that. And nor have I read the Midnight, I don't know, the prequel, sequels, whatever. I don't know, but I still wanted to read at least the Midnight ones. Even though David Makes Man is like poetry in motion, and I think it'll be hard to make it into a book. It could be said, because, if you think about it, you remember, you've got books like Native Son, and like I said, the writing style of Toni Morrison, and you might, how people have they write in poetry, and that would be dope if somebody was able to possibly interpret that into books or a series, because, and by the way, I know this is random, and I'm more so talking about books and movie adaptations and possible movie adaptations or TV adaptations or book adaptations of certain movies or shows. Does anybody know David Makes Man still got a season 2 yet? I mean, the season finale's next week, y'all. I'm questioning that. I hope it ain't one of those shows that another good show to get hit with the curse. Like, it's good, but they ain't gonna save it, curse. Okay, we ain't gonna put that in the air. Okay. Now, also, besides, like I said, I read Cream Sugar. What else? I haven't, like I said, I'm not going to love. Now, Tina Turner book, I heard a biography. I don't know if it's based on that, but I would like to read that, because even though I seen the movie What's Love Got to Do with It, what's interesting is they just up there hiding a whole kid. I don't like series that sit here and don't sit here and tell you everything what's going on. It always scratches my head when I see about even stories supposed to be based on a true story, and they take out certain kids and every darn thing. Like, for example, the kids that they show What's Love Got to Do with It that had Tina Turner have as if she only had them by Mike. I know, God rest her soul, God rest her, her child show that committed, that passed away for committed suicide, I think last year or something like that. Tina Turner had a child before she had a child with Ike Turner, because they had some series on there, something like that she was talking about, and I think on the book Tina Turner talks about that. I still wanted to read that. That's just as the same as, so I think she at least had one child before she had any kids with Ike Turner. So, it's the same say they were talking about with Charles Rent, how they take a lot of, even though that's a good, a priceless good movie, and God rest his soul, Ray Charles and everything, they, of course, leave a lot of details out and stuff. And, like I said, it still had scratching my head, like, well, how they gonna just, like, take out and delete a whole kid? Okay, never mind, that's not my business, but I'm just saying. So, also, who else can I think about as far as right on top of my head that I have, like I said, the playbook list and stuff I still want to see? I heard, and as people, now I found it by accident, but personally me, I find it an interesting series, but that may be just per me, whatever. Now, this is how I found about this show. It, it's about, everybody, straight, queer, everybody, but it's still an interesting series. I'm like on watching Netflix like the episode 9. I'm on episode 9 now. I got the last one left, and I didn't know it was an original one that came out in the early 90s, 80s. You got watching, then there's more tales, further tales, deep in the tales, whatever tales of the city. And this is how I found out about it. I just wanted to watch just to see what it's about, because it's based on books. I don't know if I'll end up reading the books, because it's about 9 of them, and I don't know if I got time in my life reading all that. But they say, it's based on books, and this is how I found it out. when they're talking about the other people I watch YouTube that watch David Makes Man. I mean, that also review and watch David Makes Man. I didn't know, and if y'all watch David Makes Man, we're going to talk about it again. That the character, I didn't know or get it, like, okay, that Star is a trans boy. And I was like, huh? Because it didn't really flat out say it. And then I did informational on the actor is actually a trans boy, and he just did an interview with ActorBuzz TV, and when I looked up his name, it had an article, and it talked about another, I think, but even though he's transgender, he also, I think, transgender and non-binary. I'm trying to keep up, y'all. I'm doing the best I can. And it was a character in there, and it was treated like he was a character and this new sales community that was intrigued that even though he transitioned, he's now attracted to guys, even though originally he was still in a lesbian relationship. I was just like, okay, I want to see. And the lady who plays one of the main characters, I used to watch a show, and I stopped watching it, even though it was a good show called The Big C. And I stopped watching it, and when I read how they ended, I'm like, I don't want to watch it. I'm sorry, I don't. I'll just leave it to stay. Y'all can look it up yourself, but I originally was watching the beginning of The Big C. And, about a woman who realized she has a terminal illness with cancer. And I think I watched majority of the first. I think Gabby Sobey, she was in there too, but I think but when I read, like, the whole, how sometimes Wikipedia, they be sitting here having all the information, it's basically, sometimes it is good, helpful clip notes if the right person puts the right stuff in, okay? So, she was in there when I seen the preview. Ellen Page was in there. I remember she I don't know, she had me tickled when I watched, even though it was kind of more, it was a cross between comedy and drama. I did see the movie Juno. Okay. Ellen Page was in there. So forth. So that's kind of like especially, I forgot what her name was. I know her by face, but like I said, the lady who played the main character in The Big C, that was the main reason why I had ended up watching the show, the thing. So it's kind of like, I was like, oh, okay. And I may say if I'm able, I think it's on there too. I haven't looked at it. I've had time, I may at the most just watch the other series, even though I'm watching like the latest one current, maybe the last ones. But, it's based on Luke. So if you like a series, like I said, I just find it pretty interesting, and I did look at somebody's review Timmy Blaine, that gave overall view of the series, and it's just, what I'm saying, it just was an interesting story to me personally. I don't, like I said, I know read the books, but and that's I'm like, okay, this is interesting. I mean, personally to me, but that's what I'm saying is the story is, and I think it came out because since it is dealing with all people, including, people who in the rainbow, I like to say community, because I ain't about to disrespect people and say LGBT2, no, I'm not about to disrespect. I'm just going to say the people of the rainbow community, okay, our friends in the pride of the rainbow community, I'm going to leave it as that, and I have a straight character, just everybody up in there, and it was just, like I said, it's just an interesting story, so y'all want to watch that, and if y'all have time reading all them damn 9 books, good for y'all, okay? I don't know if I'm going to read the books or not. Whoo! But anything else, I cannot think about anyone else at the moment of y'all. What would y'all think about it? Oh. Here we go. Now, remember when Terry McMillan came out and she was like the queen of books before we got these writers saying, you know what, y'all? Books I definitely want to read and / need to be possibly series, because I still, on my list before I go into Terry McMillan, y'all, is Keisha Urban. She actually even has a channel. I was fortunate to find out, discover a couple years that she is funny, she's serious, she's not only just a best offer, sometimes she, gives y'all makeup, gives y'all fashion, but just a commentary, and, she been on point on a lot of these predictions on Power. She really needs to be a writer on some of these certain shows, okay? But, she been in the game. She's like, been, the writer for years. It's like, and she's still writing books. So that is on my list to hopefully read all the books that under, because you got all these different writers, when they started here, and then you got, they started here, and you got like this, you got, what is, I swear, I forgot a book called got story. My mom was a hoe. You got stories like that to come out now. She's a bit, she peep popping on PC. You got books like that now. But Keisha Curtis has been reading books such as Me and My Boyfriend, Guns N' Roses. I think one of the books that came out a couple years ago was Crane in the Sky, Shoutout Series. So you have to start from giving. She's been in the game for years. She's offering, but I think even though I have not got a chance to read her books, based on, like I said, how she gives these predictions, and even how when she's giving a commentary, I mean, she's very entertaining and informative at the same time, personally, to me. And it's just that I'm like, people need to get her books and give her cash. And if she wants to feel like it, and people do it right by justice as far as the writing, she probably, knowing her and the way it seems, like I said, she's been one of the best-selling authors. And like I said, she's on my list to be a writer. I'm going to read y'all. People need to make a couple series, maybe possibly a little mini-series with some of the books that she has. Okay? Because, like I said, she's on my list to, for that. But anyways, y'all. Terry McMillan came out when you also had to offer Omar Tariq. He been signed for a while too, y'all. Y'all ever gonna make a movie Fly Girl? And Fly Girl also I had two of the books, and my niece Yoga had stole the two damn books, and I got them every back since. Okay, I had For the Love of Money and the other book, whatever, I think too, and she got that. Okay, I digress. But anyways, they need to make books on that too, and a Fly Girl and the series of Growing Up. They need to make that as well. Okay, Fly Girl is a classic, just like Coldest Winter is. Okay, actually, Sister Soldier's big biography, no disrespect, is too. Okay, but Terry McMillan came out, like I said, around the time I think Carl Weber. I haven't read Carl Weber books, whatever, at all yet. Or Walter, I think Morris Myers. Okay. Those type of books. But speaking of some of the main books when she came out, it came out when she really, came out like the books in the 90s, 80s. Now, I have read, and I still have, I read Mama. I read, half of some of Disappearing Acts, and I stopped watching. And I seen the movie of that. That was okay, but it made, Denzel Washington, not Denzel. Okay, wrong movie. Oops. Wesley Snipes' character was a little bit of the asshole, but I, kind of looked like hopeful relationship, blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever. So that was okay. So, I don't know if I read it. I think, have that book, and I don't know if I finished reading it. Now, here's the thing. Waiting to Exhale, the movie was, entertaining. I seen it with my sisters and my mom when it came out the weekend, so forth, blah, blah, blah. And I read both the book and seen the movie. Now, personally to me, if y'all remember or ever reading Waiting to Exhale and the book and have seen the movie, to me, in the book, it seemed like there was a few more little bit, at least one or two more good men in the book, as opposed to there was only one man and a half. It was at least one more, okay, in the book than, say, in the movie. Okay, it was a little bit different, mate. It still was one good man and a half. Because, Wesley Snipes painted that as well as the one dude, and, but it's just, to me, but even then, he was kind of brought up more in the thing. Now, I refuse, because when I seen this hypnosis, I ain't gonna lie, in the, in the thing, I don't want to read the sequel. I'm good. It should be left at that. Or just, when I looked at, I was like, oh, hell no. I'm good to go. Nope, I'm fine. Okay. A Day of a Dollar Short, I remember that, and that's one of those, and that's one of those books that I think was good, but consider some of the content matter, I could see why they couldn't go in deep into some of the stuff that was talked about, and because it was on Lifetime, and it was kind of actually more lighthearted if y'all seen the movies. It was okay, but I ain't sitting here like, dang, I'm glad I seen that. I'm like, okay. It's alright. And also, now, I never read how Stella, how Stella got her groove back at all. I seen the movie. I heard the book seemed like it was read all together, messed up. And it seemed like a little bit after I started going, even though Telemann has made a couple books after that. It seemed like once in real life, the last thing we heard was her. And, I'm not sure if person is a personal business up or anything, but it just seemed like after that book, y'all, it just seemed like people weren't reading her books as much. At least personally, me, I wasn't hearing more about her books, even in recommendations, even on Instagram, just like not like how they used to be in certain books, or out there in other advertisements, other recommendations or anything, or them be like, oh, the premiere is about to come out or anything. You know what I mean? But, I don't know as far as right now, because like I said, I haven't read it. But you know what was sad that they never made, even though it's probably based on a true story and got versus so B.B. Campbell, remember, and I have the books. I remember it was one of the books, I forget what it is, but remember 72 Hours Hold, which I think was kind of a bibliography. And there was another book that she had that, again, I don't remember the name because I think my niece took off with it and probably hasn't read a damn page. Okay. It was just some privilege she thought she had with taking my damn books. Okay. But anyways, y'all, I think that's all I got as far as right now, as far as approximately books and recommendation. Now, I was originally, because our friend Fez, I remember getting as a gift the Joy Luck Club. I think her name is Amy. I don't want to mess nobody's names up. And here's the reason why I will not read this damn book. Let me add that in. Let me vent about that. Now, I think it probably was a good book to read. But, it came, they had the movie on Channel 4, how, it came on when I was, in like before, I think it came in before high school or before I started high school. And, I seen the movie, majority of it or half of it. It pissed me the fuck off. Okay, I forgot to tell y'all, sometimes I will be cussing this. But that was some crazy shit. I was so offended. There was nothing joy. Maybe it had a good ending. But it's still collecting dust, y'all. I was given that book, but when I seen that film on TV and how these women were treated and the BS or whatever, there was nothing. Yeah, I got it right over here, y'all. Amy Tan. Wait, I guess another book. Is that her, Amy Tan? The Kitchen Guy's Wife. I don't even want to read that, because didn't she make that too? But I could have sworn that she made Joy Love Club. I had a couple books by her. Like I said, that were given to me. And I think she's a good writer. Yeah, it's got right on here, the Joy Love Club, y'all. Like I said, I'm just walking to my book club, keeping it real with y'all, recording and walking. And I won't even read this book. Oh, I thought I had a Joy Love Club, y'all, but I ain't gonna lie, y'all. But I remember I had a book from her. It was gifted to me. I think by our family friends or I think a family that my sister used to work for, and I kind of used to not say work for, like clean the house when I was a little bit younger and stuff, whatever for them. God rest his soul. Both of them ladies had passed on, mother and daughter. But what I'm saying is that it's called The Kitchen Guy's Wife. Guess what? I'm not reading that neither. This book I got right here, Amy Tanner. Maybe I need to donate this one too, because like I said, after seeing that movie, I was pissed off. It made me mad for what I seen and probably was edited out the film. How these women were treated. There was no joy and there was no luck. Bad luck and sadness, anger, depression, abuse and abuse. Ain't nothing joyous about that stuff. It was just complete fuckery. Okay. So, that's all. This is about to end, y'all. And I'll be back with probably some more book. This probably go topics, y'all. If y'all felt like, having me in the background, these are one of my longer, heck, this is longer than one of the podcasts I actually was doing. I'm just saying, y'all, some of these days, if y'all feel like and have time, have been singing me in the background, I may sometimes do up to my 45 minutes, because, I ain't paying for the broadcast package yet right now. That'll be in the future, but, I only get 45 minutes at the moment, okay? And I'm trying to keep that up as well, okay? The 45 minutes is what I get, unless I want to sit here and make a part 2. But no, I just wanted to chat with y'all. A couple books, I've seen, and a couple books I've read. Oopsie, think before you speak. Okay. Books I read, couple books I wish were made into movies and made into books, or movies I've seen, or even a couple reasons why I won't even read certain books, okay, because there's a couple parts with that. So it's basically, like I said, it's about books, books, TV, and movies. Books equals TV and book adaptations. So that is it, y'all. Let me go ahead and write my little description in and get on. And y'all hugs and loves and enjoy the weekend, y'all. Y'all eventually see me. I don't think I'm always, even though I ain't gonna lie, I kind of like the fact that I can just put on a podcast and don't always have to show my face. But like I said, I know I got to get to doing my reviews, but I'm also trying to get make sure I get together to keep my commitment and then get back into doing my reviews. So let me go ahead, and after I finish this, I'm done. Like I said, just going to finish. I don't know, say, unless anybody wants me to say like an interpretation or go into say like a review about the Tales of the City show, whatever. But like I said, that I was just going to finish that out since I already have seen it. So anyway, y'all, hugs and loves, and I will definitely see y'all. Or y'all hear from me in the next video tomorrow. Because like I said, you at least getting one video per day for 306 some days left. Okay? Alright then. Hugs and loves, y'all. God bless. See y'all in the next one.